Millions of viewers watched the Cartwright family ride across television screens every week. To audiences, they looked inseparable, a television family built on loyalty, strength, and tradition. Yet behind one of the most successful shows in television history, a question lingered for decades. Why would a star willingly walk away from fame, fortune, and one of the biggest series in America? And years later, when actor Henry Darrow reflected on the people and stories connected to Bonanza, the mystery surrounding Pernell Roberts' departure still fascinated fans. Because the truth wasn't about a sudden scandal. It was about something far more complicated. At first glance, Pernell Roberts seemed destined for television success. Intelligent, charismatic, and deeply committed to his craft, he possessed a presence that immediately commanded attention. But long before he became Adam Cartwright, Roberts was known among friends and colleagues as a man guided by conviction. Those close to the story remember someone who valued principles as much as popularity. In many ways, that mindset would eventually place him on a collision course with the very success that made him famous. Then came Bonanza. Almost overnight, the series became a cultural phenomenon. Families gathered around television sets every week, and the Cartwrights became household names. Roberts' portrayal of Adam Cartwright resonated with audiences. He was thoughtful, educated, and independent, a character who often brought depth to the show's stories. Fame arrived quickly, and with it came admiration from millions. But here's what most people never realized. While viewers celebrated the show's success, Roberts reportedly struggled with aspects of the role and the direction of the series. According to interviews given over the years, he often hoped for more challenging material and greater creative opportunities. The irony was impossible to ignore. The bigger Bonanza became, the more trapped he reportedly felt within it. And that's when everything began to change. According to people who worked in television during that era, Roberts' frustrations gradually became one of Hollywood's worst-kept secrets. Rumors began circulating about creative disagreements and dissatisfaction behind the scenes. Yet the public saw none of it. Week after week, Adam Cartwright appeared calm, confident, and completely at home on the Ponderosa. The first major turning point came when Roberts made the decision few actors would dare make. He left Bonanza while it remained one of television's biggest hits. Fans were stunned. Industry insiders were baffled. Why abandon the very opportunity others spent their entire careers chasing? The answer wasn't simple. Many believe Roberts viewed success differently than most of his contemporaries. For him, fulfillment seemed to matter as much as fame. And while leaving offered freedom, it also brought uncertainty. Suddenly, the safety of television's biggest Western was gone. The second turning point arrived in the years that followed. While Bonanza continued thriving, Roberts faced the difficult reality of rebuilding his career. According to observers at the time, the transition wasn't always easy. Success had opened doors, but leaving had also closed others. At the time, nobody fully understood the emotional cost of choosing principle over security. Then came the quieter years. Hollywood evolved. New stars emerged. Television changed. Roberts continued working and later found success with Trapper John, MD, but the questions about Bonanza never disappeared. Honestly, that's what makes his story so compelling. He wasn't remembered simply because he left. He was remembered because he stayed true to a decision that many people would have reversed. Years later, Henry Darrow and others who reflected on television's golden age often highlighted the individuality that made performers like Roberts stand out. In many ways, Roberts became a symbol of artistic independence. Whether people agreed with his choice or not, they respected the courage it required. Today, his departure from Bonanza remains one of television's most fascinating turning points. It reminds us that success is not always measured by ratings, money, or fame. Sometimes it's measured by the willingness to follow a path that feels true, even when nobody else understands it. If this story gave you a new perspective on Pernell Roberts and the legacy of Bonanza, share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear whether you think he made the right decision. And if you enjoy uncovering the untold stories behind Hollywood legends, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more. Because sometimes the most remarkable journey isn't the one that leads to fame, It's the one that begins when a person chooses to walk away from it.